Please time.
Uh, Hi and assalamu alaikum to all of you.
Oh, salam alaikum. Good evening.
Yeah. Hi. I welcome you all in my studio. I hope that you all guys are doing well and the best of your health. So today we have an amazing guest from beautiful country Serbia. Her name is Jelena Boskovic. First, I introduce about her a little bit. So she is not only a university full professor and global educator, but also the director of the EarningWala Institute. So yeah, and she basically uh, she is the advisor of the to the president of Belgrade Metropolitan University. So let's welcome our today's interesting guest. So hi, Jelena, how are you?
Fine, and you?
Yeah, I am good. So, can you introduce yourself a little bit so our audience know about you more?
Yes. Thank you very much. Uh, Good evening, salam alaikum. Respected R. Redman, EarningWala, ladies and gentlemen, scientists, university professors, expert, business people, and students. I have a special thanks for the invitation of our Rahman Ermanwala to be a guest speaker in the virtual interview. Topic for interview: ethical thinking, 21st century skills. I will begin interview with a quote from Immanuel Kant, Germany philosopher and extraordinary thinker. All our knowledge begins with the sense, then proceed to understanding and end with reason. There is nothing more than reason. I have been present in university education and science for decades, and throughout all of that, I have always dealt with the ethic, logic, andragogy, epistemology, psychology, especially philosophers who have made it immeasurable contribution to all science through all science discipline. Around what who does not know the philosophy of the science they are dealing with is not a true thinker of science. Thus, ethic may be defined as a systematic study of human actions from the point of view of their rightfulness or wrongfulness as a means for the attainment of the ultimate happiness. It is a reflective study of what is good or bad in that part of human conduct for which human has some personal responsibility. It serves as the foundation for character development, conflict resolution, and critical thinking. By recognizing the importance of ethics in education, uh, uh, prepare students to become ethical leader who can address the complex moral challenge of the 21st century. The purpose of this my interview with you was to provide an overview of the scholarly publication and ethical leadership in education researchers, driving of data of 117 articles published between 19 and 2025. Today, ethics has an important place in all areas of our life. Education is also a fundamental process of human life. Therefore, in education, ethics has a very important and effective role. In order to be a good human, ethics should be placed as a courses in educational systems. In this interview, it will be discussed the ethics education in school and university. In doing this, it will he, he be also discussed why teaching ethics is important in education. Before discussing this issue, it is necessary to define what ethic is and what education is. Descriptive statistic and content analysis methods were used to identify trends in the ethical leadership literature in terms of volume and growth trajectory of ethical leadership research, geographical and journal distribution, type of article, international journal, etc., authorship trend, citation, impact research methods. Key theme and finding associated in imperial ethical leadership research in education. The results revealed that 28% of the article were conceptual, while the rest was imperial, 17.2% with the subject of imperial article. 6.1% of the studies adapting qualitative methods, followed by quantitative studies, 13.1%, and mixed methods, article 8%. The analysis found it that the ethical leadership research adapting quality methodology focuses in four major themes: the practice of school and university ethical leadership, the dilemma, challenges of ethical leadership, development of ethical educational leaders, and the overlapping issue. The analysis also identify the additants, mediators, moderators, and outcomes associated with quantitative ethical leadership research in educational research. Recommendation: well provided or strength future, especially 21st century, is very intensive for human population special education process. Ethical leadership research. Ethics is a prominent subject in almost all academic fields. However, the teaching of ethics is a controversial matter in terms of its aim, scope, method, and so on. Beside this point, the issue of quality on ethic education is another essential consideration which need to define the concept of quality and determine of its indicator as well as its measurement. 3.4. Establishing certain standard and principle in ethic education may benefit all ethics programs across the world and create a global standardization at same points. Nevertheless, prior to proposing any methods, model, standard, or indicator, looking at the existing situation of the current ethics programs would give opportunity to detect good practice, uh, shortages, and shortcomings. In this sense, the aim of this literature of the present ethics programs and benefits from their experience to determine what quality and ethic education is, demonstrating that both student and educator believe that ethics education generates positive impact on ethical evidence, uh, specifically Generation Z, knowledge and reasoning. However, the reviewed study did not indicate explicit and adequate clear to revive a conclusion about what quality in ethic in education is and which teaching method is the most effective. What are question the five ethics in education model code of educator ethics. Principle 1, responsibility of to the profession. Principle 2, responsibility for professional competence. Principle 3, responsibility to I'm sorry, students. Principle 4, responsibility to the school and university community. Principle 5, responsibility and ethical use of technology. In our present age, ethics has an important place in all areas of life. Ethics has also become important in education because education is a fundamental process of human life and the business process. Therefore, ethics is very important subject in education. We can easily reach all knowledge by technology, by technology, uh, artificial intelligence, in education using technology revive some ethical problems such as plagiarism in order to understanding the importance of ethics should be placed as a courses in educational system. Before discussing this issue, it's necessary to define with ethic is and what education is. Ethic is most important in functioning branch of philosophy in today. In general, ethic is moral philosophy. The term ethic is derived from Greek term ethos, which means costume character. It's related our value and virtues. Therefore, our action and our experience in everyday life are the subjects of ethics. We have the capacity to uh, think is wrong and what our choice. So we are responsible for our decision and actions. In addition to this, it can be said that ethic is the study of what is wrong and what is right, good, evil, right, wrong, right, vice, justice, and justice, and some ethical concept. Ethic is divided into part theoretical ethics. Concept ethic is divided into theoretical and applied ethics in science and business and our life. Uh, Applied ethics refer to professional ethics, theoretical apply normative ethics, the normative ethics, professional ethics, descriptive ethics, meta ethics, normative ethics is study what makes action right and wrong. Meta ethics is about the theoretical meaning and reference of moral propositions. Descriptive ethics is about fact. It examines ethics from observation of actual choice made by moral agent in practice. Applied ethics examines the particular ethics critical issue of private and public life. Professional ethics is on the important branch of applied ethics. In general, professional ethics can be defined as a standard or codes to provide people to guidance in their professional lives. In general, there are four basic principles in ethical codes. One, honesty. Two, confidentiality. Three, conflict of interest. Uh, uh, Four, responsibility. Education in general sense, education any act or experience that has a formative effect on the mind, character, or physical ability uh, of an individual. Uh, Etymology, the word education is derived from the Latin educa, which means educate, train. Education is a process of learning and acquiring information. It means teaching and learning. Education effect of human mind, character and physical ability. The history of education begins with the human history itself. Education is also a way to become civilized human individuals and is maximize human potential. Cognitive ability. Culture and cultural heritage can be transformed by education because the main occupation of man it is based knowledge by education because main occupation based knowledge skills and attitude from one generation to other. In ancient Greece, some philosophers' views of education, such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, contribute to the development of our present. Educational is that improve humankind. Socrates methods is still used modern educational practice. In these methods, teacher asks some question to improve the intellectual ability of student and student try to answer this question by using their reasons, our reasons. Today's education theory are based on the philosophy of this philosopher, Plato, who, who was the founder of idealism, claimed that the aim of education was to develop individuals' ability to better serve society. He also was the founder of Academy, the first university of the world. For him, but men and women had the right to have education. He claimed that there were different stages of education. According to him, education was a key element for a society. On the other hand, Aristotle, who was the father of realism, uh, believed that only citizens could be educated. He believed that educated person was a fulfilled person. He defined theoretical, practical, and technical education. Education helps development of bodily and mental faculties. In ancient Greece, education was seen a function and the state and the aim of it serve the end of state. Today, education also serves the needs to stay of society and of citizens. Therefore, education is important for us. It builds character, gives knowledge, and help progressing of state education makes a man complete, and it also plays an important role in development society and state. Schools and university are basic frameworks of education. Uh, Schools and help children and students to become a good citizen and human being. This is possible only by ethical education. So teaching ethics in school is in university and faculty important. The role of ethical education, why ethics is important and why ethics should be true in education institutional. What kind of ethics should be true ethical? In this my interview, I will try to discuss this issue. Ethics education can be divided into four stages: ethics education in family, ethics education in school, university, ethics education in business, in family. Important ethics education should focus on descriptive fact. Children observe their parents' role models ethical behavior, and they learn social fact about ethical behavior. In school and university, students learn what is right and what is wrong. This value, students learn what is right and what is wrong. This value education or character education in education system, generally ethics is associated with religions. Therefore, institute should learn value clarification and making ethical decision. In addition, school, university foster to students become truthful, responsible, and just person. Ethics can, in university can benefit to this. This ethics should be professional ethics. Only same student can take ethics course related to their education provides students to realize what is right, make good decision about ethical issue in their professional. In addition, students learn evaluate different moral standpoint in business. People learn some ethical codes about their occupations. This kind of ethics tell how people should act in business life. In Turkish education system, in general, ethics is associated with religions. These are two intermediate terms. Therefore, in education system, instead of ethical, students take religious culture courses in much countries in the world. Until university, students do not take an ethics courses in their schools and university. In universities, not all departments have an ethics courses. Only a few departments have on ethics courses like philosophy, psychology, psychological guidance, business faculty, etc. In primary, secondary, and high school, students take only religious, culture, and moral course is important, special 21st century. Moral course and religions. Moral and ethics are always mixed together, but they refer different subject. Before we said ethics in derived from Greek on ethikos, which means customize, is a human being can be either unfriendly or peaceful by education. The aim of ethical education is to provide people to make decisions by their free wills. You can teach norm easily, but you cannot teach easily to obey these rules unless you teach ethics. Therefore, teaching ethics has an important and necessary place in education. Students who graduate from universities may be well educated person in their professional path is not enough. Aristotle also says education, the mind without educating the heart is no educator at all. What is ethical thinking is 21st century skills. Ethical thinking, 21st century skills, challenge in definition and assessment. Ethical thinking is a process identifying and describing ethical issue in the right context, articulating the ethical consideration involved in different response to this issue and providing a rational position that address this consideration. Development and cultural reliability or moral reasoning. The development of moral reasoning has enjoyed in extensive study in psychology for a last century in the fundamental theory of education psychology. Jean Piaget and Lawrence Kohlberg, positing in progress of stage in the 18th psychological and ethic Carol Killigan questioned that earlier work's application to women, which result in the evaluation of care in ethical farming, distinct from Kohlberg justice and principle framing. Instruction approach to ethical thinking, moral and character education program have been the primary means for providing students with direct instruction in ethical thinking. Pedagogy for development ethical thinking include approach aligned with collegium stage-based theory, domain theory, constructivism, and social emotionally learning. Assessment of ethical thinking, uh, assessment on consideration. uh, Assessing ethical thinking involves practical, technical, and ethical issue. Is very interesting which one is ethic challenge. 21st century social work, education, social media, and digital literacy. Digital technology now play a vital role in the meditation of personal human interaction, access, distribution of interaction. Is period period new media literacy and practically culture. The conceptual framework for study is based upon two new media literacy framework and concept of practically culture is identified by Jenkins at authors 2008 new media literacy in context of these my studies serve as foundation for digital literacy. Which on is method, the purpose, evaluation, detail, technological content with the objective to enhance student digital literature. Survivor design, analysis, statistical analysis was conducted using is the process findings discussion lecture. The main objective of this evaluation is S-level digital literacy after participating in digital advocacy, and non-profit organization course infused with social media. Is uh, my conclusion in interview. Ethics or ethical value practice and education are critical to issue. By promoting fairness, respect and responsibility, ethics and education helps to ensure that the education system is serve the best interest of students and the society, maintaining its integrity and fostering trust and confidence. Thank you very much for invitation. Very interesting interview. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, ma'am. And last, uh, I would like to ask that what is one powerful piece of advice would you did like to give to young dreamers, educators, and future leaders watching this?
Yes, young people is a very possible education, especially new technology, mathematical algorithm, blockchain, and artificial intelligence in education process transformation, education process in the world.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. I learned a lot from you, from your experience. So thank you very much for being part of my today's interview, and I learned a lot from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Next to meet you. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. The best regards to you and to your family. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thanks, ma'am. So yeah, that's all from that's all. I hope that you enjoy it and you learn a lot from it. So we will meet inshallah again soon. So till then, take care of yourself. Stay tuned with us and goodbye.